Hello everybody, it is Tuesday, September 23rd. Obviously in the last couple of weeks a lot has happened in our country, and I never get political with my speeches, my videos here. So this, it's not really political, but there's a lot going on which has me thinking a lot. I'm a big fan of history, as I've mentioned many times. I've got a Teddy Roosevelt poster in my office, and he gave a very famous speech, which a lot of people quote. I know LeBron James loves this speech, or at least a quote from it. It was called Citizenship in a Republic, and it was a speech he gave in Paris, France on April 23rd, 1910. He was president from 1901 to 1909, and was giving a speech in Paris about what it means to be a productive member of a republic. Most people call it the man in the arena speech because that's the most famous line, the one LeBron likes. And that part is not the critic who counts, but not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes short again and again, because there's no effort without error and shortcoming, but who actually does strive to do the deeds, who knows the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat. So that's a famous line, and a great line, and that's the reason why it's endured as a famous line for 115 years. I read the whole speech recently, and printed out this other part, which is not a part that I think people listen to or follow right now, but I'm going to read this part. In a republic, to be successful, we must learn to combine intensity of conviction with a broad tolerance of difference of conviction. Wide differences of opinion in matters of religious, political, and social belief must exist if conscience and intellect alike are not to be stunted, if there is to be room for healthy growth. Bitter internecine hatreds based on such differences are not signs of earnestness of belief, but of that of fanaticism which, whether religious or anti-religious, democratic or anti-democratic, is itself but a manifestation of the gloomy bigotry which has been the chief factor in the downfall of so many, many nations. So, I think we can understand why I think this is a relevant speech for many people to hear right now. There's so many people, if you go online, left, right, center, who are keyboard warriors, who say the nastiest things you could ever imagine. It's so terrible, and so many partisans who are so convinced not only of their own beliefs, but that the people with opposite beliefs are down to tear down the country or destroy you or become a dictator or all these terrible things, instead of, as Teddy Roosevelt said, having good faith disagreements. So anyway, that's what has been on my mind from a historical standpoint this week. Wish Teddy Roosevelt was still around, one of my favorite presidents ever, and got a lot we could learn from him. So I hope everybody has a good week. Talk to you later.